What's up, everyone? It's your boy Scott. Welcome to the Scott Report. The spring anime season is here, and we're kicking things off with episode 1 of Daemons of the Shadow Realm. And let me tell you, this ain't just any anime. This is from Hiromu Arakawa, the GOAT, the mastermind behind Fullmetal Alchemist, which is my number 2 anime of all time, by the way. So you already know expectations for this were through the roof with me. And the animation is being handled by Bones for the studio once again as well, so this just feels right to just have these two back on the same page. And this is destined to go crazy from what I've seen so far, because this first episode straight up lied to me. The premise lied to me. I mean, I knew it was going to be action packed, and I kind of expected the tone coming from who it's made by, but I thought this was going to be like a calm fantasy with just like a little bit of action in it. But nah, we got people getting unalived, we got plot twists, and we got one of the coldest opening episodes to a season I've seen in a while. So let's dive in. This series will have 24 episodes, so we'll see if your boy can handle that long of a run. Pause. But it's going to be 24 consecutive episodes too, so it's going to be no breaks in between the cores. And in my defense, I did get a little bit bored with Samurai Troopers. And if I can't bring you guys that energy that you know and love, then I feel like I'm doing a disservice by doing these recaps and reviews and videos or what have you. So that's what happened with that. But anyway, let's drop into the hot ass debut for episode 1 of this series. So as far as the premise, the story follows twin siblings Yuru and Asa. They were born with the abilities to command supernatural beings called Daemons. That's what the premise tells you. But here's the twist. They were separated at birth, and now they're destined to reunite and claim their birthright, or destroy each other trying. So we kick off the episode and we start off with them at 16 years old. We're already carrying a burden for these two as far as like backstory of them when they were being born, because something just seems off with how everybody was acting, because one twin was born in a day and the other one was born at night. So yeah, there's already some type of imbalance or stigma at play with the plot here. We're first introduced to Yuru. He's a boy with blonde hair and red eyes and a pretty calm demeanor. Dude is chill but lethal, as he's shown to be a top-notch hunter. I mean, top tier for real. And he's living in this peaceful village where everyone loves him and everybody's friendly and nice. You know the deal. Which usually means in anime logic that peace is about to get destroyed real quick. Some things that we also learn as far as the mystery setup for this series is that his parents left and they never came back. Yuru also has a firm belief that these two statues that's in front of the village, the left and right guardian statues, he always feels that no matter what happens, those two will always keep him safe. And apparently once you leave, you don't return. So yeah, it looks like we have a two worlds thing going on for the world building that we got, where life outside of this village may be a whole new ballpark. As far as his sister Asa, she's shown to have dark hair and red eyes, and when we first see her, she's locked in a cage for some reason, so something's definitely not adding up there. But this is where things get really interesting and the episodes just starts to flip. I was not expecting a modern day element for this series. I mean, we're introduced to a quaint village with people living just like a quiet life, and there's talks about dragons and things like that. And just when you get comfortable with that type of environment, only to see that in the air there's modern day airplanes and helicopters and military forces. These people got gats, magic, people using abilities. Like, this is a straight up fantasy anime, but at the same time is mixing other genres as well. And the breakneck speed that everything turns in this first episode really did catch me off guard in a very good way. I was not expecting that based off like looking at the previews and reading and everything, because I haven't read the manga or anything, but reading the description, looking at the previews, you kind of know what you were getting into, but I was not expecting that twist in the overall world that we're in for this. And these military dudes, they wasted no time. They went in with no hesitation, no warning, and they just started slaughtering everyone in sight. Just straight up execution, as they are being commanded to go into this village and find Yuru by any means necessary by the looks of things. So I'm sitting here like, wait a minute, is this an isekai? I mean, we got straight up modern military We got airplanes, we got helicopters, we got automatic weapons, but it's in a premise or like in a village that looks like it's just Little House on the Prairie or something. So is this village just cut off from the real world? Because clearly these villagers have never seen guns before. And we hear about a barrier being broken once they got there. So something big just happened in this, and it happened really quick. And these attackers, they aren't normal either, because on top of the military, we also have a young lady who appears to have some type of magic ability, or maybe like she's an enhanced human or ability where she was just going gobble gobble and it was just tearing people apart. That's another thing that I was not expecting. I'm getting Full Metal Alchemist vibes from this, and it's a good thing because the tone of this show just went from like kind of wholesome to really dark really quick. I mean, people were getting cut down, they were getting dismembered, they were getting wiped out. It wasn't like super over the top, but it was basically kind of in a chilling way. It was definitely more in a way that I wasn't expecting. Like, I wasn't expecting to see people just get sent to the upper room like this, the way they were in this episode. So yeah, that dropped my jaw for sure, because these people are ruthless. These abilities seem to be crazy, and that's just kind of the tip of the iceberg, because things really get crazy when the village is getting attacked. Yuru's scrambling and going through like secret passages and stuff that he knows to get back to his sister. And when he finally reaches his sister, a mysterious woman appears and just explodes Asa out of nowhere. Like, what are you doing? I'm sitting there looking like, ain't no way they just did this in episode 1. Like, what? But then, oh wait, there's more, because there's always more. The plot twist that we got in this episode was insane. We found out that the one that was attacking the village and spearheading everything was actually the real Asa herself, and the one in the cage was fake. And she just straight up says to her brother after a short confrontation, "Now I'm here to destroy this village and take you back." So this is kind of making me wonder, like, maybe, just maybe, Asa might be on the type of thing where maybe her brother doesn't know what's going on, but at the same time, the people in this village seem pretty wholesome, so I don't know how that's going to work out. We'll just have to see. But also, shout out to Dara, the shopkeeper, because this dude pulled out a gun. He had a cell phone. He was talking to people outside. He was doing some wet work on his own. And yeah, he's definitely not from this village. I'm thinking he's probably from wherever side Asa's from, and he decided to settle in the village, maybe change his life. Maybe he was exiled. He's definitely a mystery. But the grandmother, hopefully she's still alive. They kind of leave that a little bit open to what happened to her. She tells Daru to get away with Yuru, get out the village, get him to the underpass of the village and get him to safety. And that's when the big payoff of things come in, because once these military forces start coming in, they start surrounding Daru and Yuru, and they don't look like they're gonna get away. Just when things look like they were getting bad, 2 Daemons show up, like 2 creatures that we see that kind of look like energy creatures at first, but then they become the living embodiment of the left and right statues that we were talking about in the beginning. And these menacing beings are his guardians. They're Yuru's Daemons. They look absolutely badass, and I was pleasantly surprised with the tone and how this episode went, because what we got at the beginning and what we were told about this story started off as brother and sister trying to reunite. It's actually brother versus sister on opposite sides of the battlefield, and I'm not gonna lie, that is way more interesting to see these two go against each other, at least for the time being, until we find out what is actually going on. So what the hell is actually going on? I think we'll get more about that in episode 2, as we always do, because the second episode is always the one that opens up the environment. It opens up the world. Episode 1 punches you and brings you in, while episode 2 is going to always chill a bit and say this is what it is. So let me ask you guys, were you locked into this after episode 1? Because I know I am. Do you really think Asa is a villain? And most importantly, is this an isekai or what? Like, what is going on with this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let me know, and I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. So if you guys liked the video, please drop a like, and also go ahead and hit the subscribe icon as well as the bell icon so you can know when your boy drops his video and goes live so you don't miss it. It really helps the channel and I really appreciate it. And as I always say, you guys could be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me. And I really appreciate that, so thanks for stopping by. On that note, it's your boy Scott signing out. See you soon.